Hi, everybody. My name's John Smith, and I'm a co-director here in Portland Shambhala. And we are wanting to welcome the people who have been in the Eugene Shambhala meditation group and are now going to be joining us here in Portland. As we've talked about this welcome, have thought about how this welcome is welcoming ourselves. As Portland Shambhala re-arises, we gave up our building and are kind of inventing how to be a virtual center, which is kind of a big deal. And actually, it's reminding me of how something that really impressed me about Eugene. About some 10 years ago, Doug McCann and I were teaching Basic Goodness 2 on a weekend format. And at the end of day one, I kind of was eavesdropping on a little conversation about, well, who's going to take this tub of dirty dishes home and wash them overnight? And there was some negotiation about, well, I did it last time, but I think my dishwasher is full and this and that. And I remember thinking, oh, that's so sweet. And so kind of everybody just pitching in with whatever they can do. And at that time, Portland was a lot more organized and with big sign-up sheets and processes and this and that. And now we're in the same boat. We're kind of like, everybody's kind of pitching in and doing their part. So this is a welcome not only to participate in the events that we've got going, but also to think about, is there an event that you can help offer for both yourself, for Portland, and for Eugene? So we're going to go around the circle here. And Eric, do you want to talk about the events that you're involved in?
Sure. So I'm Eric Schaefer, and I am primarily involved in hosting and facilitating morning sitting practice. And as it turns out right now, that's 4 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday at 8 a.m. to 9. And we sit and we do Tonglen or other bodhicitta practice, and we have discussion. And the sitting opens up our spaciousness so that we can rouse awakened heart. And then in our conversation, which is really intimate, I'm going to say, people tell the truth about how they are today, in the present moment, what they brought in today. And that sense of spaciousness and tenderness holds their truth. And there's a sense that we feel it and we're connected. And frequently, that sense of connection grows and deepens to a place where it feels like we've entered into a kind of co-sensing, co-presencing that changes everything, frankly. And it feels like healing. It feels like resiliency and goodness. And it's thrilling to me. And I'd love to invite you to come.
Wonderful. Raina.
Well, you're muted, Raina.
Hi, Raina Jacobson. And I know a number of you probably. And I'd like to speak about two different offerings that I have been a part of. One is White Tara, the Thangka right behind me. And I think last year, it might have been, I came down to Eugene and even gave a program on White Tara. The White Tara is a Vajrayana practice that is really open to everybody. So even if you do not normally practice Vajrayana, which means visualizations and mantras, this would be a good way to enter into that world. white Tara is the essence, the female essence of compassion. And she has 7 eyes on her palms, on her feet, 2 eyes, and a wisdom eye. And she sends that out. She sees suffering, she sees obstacles, and she very quickly, thoroughly, and wisely does whatever is needed for ourselves and for others. So this is a practice that we do 2 times a week on Tuesday mornings from 8 to 8:45, and on Thursday mornings from 10 to 10:45. And just like with the practices Eric was talking about, we talk a little bit first, and then we do the practice, and then we talk a little more. So we really mix our practice with our experience, which makes it very rich and personal and very alive. So if you are very welcome, if you've never done White Tara, you are also welcome, and I can maybe make a time to check in with you about the practice and give you more detailed instruction. So that's White Tara. And the other offering that I'm kind of helped to organize is we've been doing a book study every other Sunday at 11 o'clock. We completed Cutting Through Spiritual Materialism. We decided we want to go back to the basics. So we completed that book, and now we're working our way through Shambhala, Sacred Path of the Warrior. And we do 1 chapter at a time, and it's facilitated by someone here, but one of you could also facilitate. I really invite that. I kind of organize the facilitators. And people come whether they've read the chapter or not. The facilitator gives a little synopsis, and then we just open it up to whatever comes up around the topic of that chapter. So we're kind of in the maybe 2/3 the way through the book right now, but most of us have read the book more than once, and so you're welcome to jump in anytime, and the group will decide what the next book will be. So you're welcome to join. You're just checking in on the calendar for which Sunday it is. And if you're interested in facilitating, get in touch with me. Hope to see you. Bye.
Thanks. David.
Hi, I'm David Parker. I'd like to talk about sitting on Tuesday nights and Sunday mornings, and then also the aging group, Aging in Enlightened Society. So on Tuesday night, Abby Plebiak, who couldn't be here right now, and I are the people holding that spot. And we sit for an hour and do the protector chant at the end. There's a little bit of socializing at the beginning and checking in at the end. And then on Sunday, we were sitting in the park, but now we've moved indoors. And Mark Douglas has been holding that seat. I'm creating Umse Rota, and we hope to expand the number of people taking responsibility for holding holding the Umse seat for those gatherings. And would really love to have some more people showing up for both Tuesday night and Sunday morning, or choose one or the other. But I think, as Eric so beautifully described, if you come on a regular basis, there's the opportunity to connect at a deeper level. And we need to practice together as a community. That's what Shambhala is about. Practice is how we connect with basic goodness and have something to offer to other people. The Aging and Enlightened Society group has been meeting for a number of years, and Kaysen got us going. And in the time of COVID, we've been meeting on Zoom and reading a book, Frank Ostaseski's 5 Invitations. And so very slowly working through that book, 1 chapter at a time. So we come together, we check in, we find out what's going on in people's lives, and then I summarize the chapter. We sit for 5 minutes, and then there's an open discussion of the kind that Eric mentioned. So these are folks mostly 50, 60, 70, or 80 years old. And that stage of life involves lots of loss. People you know and love, parents, friends, siblings die, and other things fall away. Your youth, your beauty, sometimes your money, and your health. And so, so to meet all those challenges, it's really helpful to see what's going on and talk about it. And then it becomes kind of a practice opportunity and a way to share our humanity with one another. So that's been about 12 people, almost the same group, every first and third Monday at 3 p.m. for an hour and a half. We're near the end of the book. We're going to choose a new book on Monday, November 16th. And so check us out. The link to find us is on the Aging Group website page on the Portland Shambhala website. Thanks.
Wonderful. So maybe with that, there are other kinds of behind the scenes efforts and projects. You know, there are committees that are focusing on, well, the governing council, the practice and education. You know, there's a lot going on, believe it or not. And we're pulling it off on Zoom, believe it or not. And, you know, so we're really looking forward to spending more time face to face someday. But for the time being, we've actually figured out a lot about how to do it on Zoom. And just to wrap it up, maybe we can all bow, and bowing to you and to welcome you for the future. Bowing.